Hello everybody, welcome back to part 35 of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we pretty much just beat the bottom of the well. Oh, we got Navi talking again. Just kill this wall master. Boink, and boink, got him. So yeah, there's just, I think, 2 more chests? 3 more chests? Nope, okay, just those 2 chests. So, yeah, I actually went and found these before I started recording. Turns out, I very dumbly forgot to press record. So, fortunately I didn't save, so I didn't, I was able to just restart. But yeah, it turns out if we look through the wall, we can see that one of the chests is just right there. So, yeah, there's this pile of bones here, which can be blown up with a bomb. So if we throw a bomb here, boom, blow it up, there's a little hole in the ground, we open up the chest, boom, we got some bomb shoe. And the last one, I believe, is, was actually one that we could have gotten in the last episode. I just forgot it was there, because we didn't have the compass showing us where the chests were. There's a Skulltula there a bit. But yeah, it's whatchamacallit, I believe it should be in the room right after Dead Hand. So, yeah, let me just check the map just to make sure, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's here. Like, whoa! Let's go ahead and just kill that Skulltula. Is there gonna be hearts? Please drop some hearts. Darn. But yeah, so now we're back on the first floor, so yeah. As soon as we get the Lens of Truth, if we use it, we can see that there's actually a chest right here. We don't actually need it to open the chest, it just makes it easier to see. Or actually just makes it, makes us able to see it in the first place, but yeah. It's a huge rupee, which is a lot of rupees, and I know I kind of lost out on some rupees due to the fact that I already have maximum rupees, but we don't need to worry about it since, you know, it's not hard getting rupees, especially if you go like and kill some Skull Kids as Adult Link. Killing a Skull Kid as Adult Link will net you 200 rupees each. There are 3 Skull Kids that spawn in whatchamacallit, the Lost Woods every time you enter, so you can get up to 600 rupees potentially. And if you miss one or something, you can always just leave the forest and come back, and they will respawn for you. Yeah. Can we get around you, sir? You are very big, and I don't like that. There we go. I don't know what's the strategy that these Skulltulas think they're doing with the whole turning around to show that they're exposed underbellies that are very soft. But yeah, if we double check the map, we'll see that we have no more chests to collect, so let's go ahead and warp to Kakariko Village. Actually, who am I kidding? I'm literally right at the exit. It'll actually be faster if I just crawl out of here than to warp to the graveyard. So yeah, technically now the next thing we're supposed to do is turn into Adult Link and then go to the Shadow Temple, but what I want to do is actually go and get our next prize from having all these Skulltulas that we've collected, or at least the Skulltula tokens. So I guess, like, what is that called? Redeeming our Skulltula tokens? That's not really redeeming since we keep our tokens, so I don't know, we're just gonna collect our prize. That's how we say it. Alright, so, if I remember, we had 41, right? Yeah, okay, so, we'll just save real quick then, why not? I mean, no harm in saving. Yeah, so if we look over here, we have a Skulltula guy that we can talk to. The curse has been broken, thank you, here's a reward for you. Aw, just more bomb shoe. So, that's unfortunate. I guess we can carry up to 40 bomb chews, so I guess it's like the same amount of bomb chews we can regular bombs. Also, I never showed this before. I figured I might as well show it now before we free this guy. You can actually attack them. If you hit them in their soft side, they will be stunned. And if you're close to them when they respawn, or like when they come out of it, you can actually get hurt by them. So, yeah. Or if you just swing them around, that can also hurt you. So these are actually Skulltulas. They're non-hostile, but they can still hurt you. You can't kill them, which is, you know, good, I guess, because they're technically innocent people, despite the fact that they can hurt you like that. But, yeah. So, I guess that pretty much concludes our business as young Link in the bottom of the well. So I guess we might as well just come back as adult Link, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we warped to the graveyard, and we're adult Link now, so we should be able to continue on with the game. Honestly, I kind of like this view right here. It actually makes the graveyard look a little bit more, how do you say, like, spooky, scary? I don't know. The sun's like in a twilight instead of the nighttime, so yeah. Anyway, there's one thing I want to point out here. If you look at the floor, you can see the fire medallion texture is on these bricks. And that's very interesting because I remember in the previous episode I mentioned how you were originally able to equip the medallions to your C buttons. And it is rumored that particularly the fire medallion would have had the same effect as Din's fire. And the forest medallion, which kind of looks more like wind, was actually originally going to be the wind medallion. And instead of the forest temple, it was going to be the wind temple. And instead of the water temple, it was going to be the ice temple, supposedly. So I'm assuming that this would have been like Flora's wind, and this would have been Din's fire. But I guess as the story developed more, they couldn't find enough uses for every single one of the medallions. So they just made them quest items that don't do anything, and decided to make these three spells rather, just spells. We don't have Neighbor's Love, but we can get that later. But yeah, but it's cool. I honestly feel like it would have been cool if they kept the idea of having the medallions do stuff, because the sages talk about adding their power to yours, but you know, the medallions don't really do anything in the game other than progress the story. But anyway, enough talking. Let's go ahead and use Din's fire right here. So I always thought this scene always looked cool. Use Din's fire and all the torches light up. We could try to light up all the torches with a fire arrow or with a Deku Stick if we're young Link, but they burn out well before we finish, so we have to use Din's fire. Anyway, the Sheikah thing is gonna go up in the air. And yeah, so now we're in the Shadow Temple, one of the scariest dungeons in the series, I guess. Am I scary? It's like a rated E kind of scary, so it's not like horrifying like Silent Hill, but it is scary for the compared to the rest of the game. Anyway, the Shadow Temple will yield only to one with the Eye of Truth, handed down in Kakariko Village. Alright, so let's go ahead and equip the Lens of Truth, and we can see that this is a fake wall. One of the first puzzles we can see is already right here. There's a sign here that will give us a hint. Let's go ahead and read that. Only one who has the sacred feet can cross the Valley of the Dead. So, yeah, we don't actually have those. It's referring to the item we'll get later on in the dungeon, which is the hover boots. What's this? Make my face break with the skull of truth. The alternative is descent into deep darkness. Okay. We'll solve that puzzle yet. But anyway, the hover boots will let us get to where we need to go. Anyway, if we use these Eyes of Truth, or the Lens of Truth, we'll see that all but one of these skulls is actually, are all actually fake. So what we're supposed to do is point this towards the real one, as you can probably guess by the text. If we stop on a fake one, the floor will actually, like, cave in, and we'll fall to our deaths. We don't want that, so yeah, we're gonna push this up until this one, and we'll be safe. Unfortunately for us, though, since we don't have the hover boots, we can't actually go there. But yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. Anyway, we can see there's another fake wall here, so we'll go ahead on by. We can see that the Shadow Temple looks pretty much the same as the whatchamacallit, as the bottom of the well. But yeah, so one who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. Alright, pretty much the same stuff as the bottom of the well. Interesting thing to note here is that the glowing eyes are pretty much always the ones that are fake. Shadow Temple, here is gathered Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. But yeah, so you kind of don't really need the Eyes of Truth, or the Lens of Truth rather. And here you're gonna have the same text. Unfortunately, I can't like not read that. It's automatically triggered as soon as we walk near one of those. But yeah, interestingly enough, this one's kind of flashing. That's very strange. So I guess that's one of the exceptions. We just came through that one. Yeah, that's interesting. We go into here. Oh, this is different text. What is hidden in the darkness? Tricks full of ill will. You can't see the way forward. Interesting. So it looks like somewhat of a maze. Fortunately for us, we do have the lens of truth, so we can see what is real or not. We can't hit this pot for some reason. There we go. Yep. Bloody history. Whoa! Well, good thing that pot had a heart in it because we got attacked by it. But it healed us right up. So it looks like so far our only real way forward is here. I'm assuming then the area that we just skipped, which was over this way, must be like a little bonus area. I don't know, let's go here first. It's just a redead. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and, actually, nah, I don't need the big Ron sword. We'll just use the Sun Song and stun it to death. And then we'll use our little crouch stab glitch. So, we'll store a jump attack, and then... Whoa, what the... Yeah, just crouch stab it. Ooh, looks like we were not fast enough. Fortunately for us, it already was damaged most of the way. Is that it? Or is there another enemy? Oh, there it is. That should do it, right? Yep, for a second I thought it didn't do it, but it looks like that's what it was. And we get a chest for this, so it looks like it was the right idea to go into this room first. I'm assuming the other door was just going further into the dungeon, but this is, I'm pretty sure this is like a dungeon map or something. Very likely it's a dungeon map. It would be very unusual if we got the compass first. But it has happened in some games, so you can't be too surprised. And let's go ahead and check the map real quick and see what else is there. So, it looks like there's no first floors, it's just bottom 1 and then 2, 3, and 4, or basement 1, whatever. So, yeah, it looks like there's no other alternate pathways, so let's just go ahead through the area that we already were going through. Let's, first, okay, but I guess those do not respawn. Any pots? Yep. Alright, so here is Dead Hand, okay. So already we're gonna fight the mini-boss. This one looks like it has slightly more arms, has 2 more hands. But yeah, so we fight Dead Hand, but this time it's actually easier because we have the Master Sword. Sorry about how loud my controller is. Watch out for its infinite hands. So yeah, this means we can easily beat it because we can do twice as much damage as we could with the Kokiri Sword. Just wait for him to come by again. Yeah. So personally, I don't really like this boss, or this mini-boss. Wow, he's right up on us. But yeah, ooh, hey, we get some hearts. I didn't know you could actually get hearts in this mini-boss. But yeah, it looks like we can. So he's gonna slowly creep up towards us. Ooh, don't want to get caught by his hand. Let's go ahead and just do the crouch stab him. There we go, that got him. He'll be kind of twitching. I made a lot of rated E for everyone jokes about this in the last episode, but I think I'll spare you from repeating myself. It wasn't really funny in the first time anyway. But yeah, so this should be the hover boots. Let's go ahead and get that. You got the hover boots. With these mysterious boots, you can hover above the ground. The downside? No traction. You can even use these to walk for short periods of time where there is no solid ground. Be brave and trust in the boots. So yeah, let's go ahead and look around just in case there's any hidden chests like there was in the bottom of the well. It doesn't look like it. All we see is that the room is filled to the brim with human skulls, which is very, very pleasant. Anywho, so it looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of backtracking, but that's no problem since we didn't really go that far to begin with. So yeah, whoop, you don't want to run into the wall. So yeah, here we are. This is back to the beginning. Looks like I did kind of waste a little bit of time by doing the puzzle earlier, since it looks like I'm just going to be able to do it now. Looks like the solution will still be the same though. It's always going to be that one in the end, so once you know that, you don't have to waste time or magic using the Eye of Truth. Looks like it's not letting me push it that way. Is it just permanently open? Okay, never mind. It looks like I was wrong about wasting time. So now it's just permanently open. So if we use the hover boots, now we can glide across the ground for just a little bit, barely enough to get us over here. It's long enough where we can't jump, but short enough where we can still use the hover boots. Recommend not wearing them all the time though, because it basically makes everywhere an ice level, and that's not fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and use some bombs. Looks like we're almost out of time for this episode, but looks like we might still have a bit of time. Like, maybe about 2 minutes or so. Let's pull that up, there we go. That got rid of him real nice. Looks like there would be something here. Not really sure what. Probably, knowing the game, probably like a fairy that we can summon. So I'm assuming we can blow this up. Yep. That's a locked door though. We can't really do much with that. So we have choice between door 1 and door 2. I'm gonna go with door 1 here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, cool. We got the nice, good old Grim Reaper statues. I'm assuming we're gonna have to backtrack. So I'm gonna go ahead and use Ferora's Wind here. And yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at our time right now, and it looks like we, I don't know, I mean, it's a little bit shorter than a regular episode, but I'm feeling like we can probably just end the episode off right here. So, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.